I'm Braven, and we're back at the sculpture studio. Yesterday I cast about 6 concrete sculptures, and I'll be taking them out of the molds today. And that's it. So just a second while I make a little message for everybody at YouTube. I'm going to speak a message into the chat that just says welcome and hello, and then we'll get started. There we go. Welcome to my sculpture studio. Feel free to ask anything. And be sure to check out my finished work at there. Now that message will appear in the chat right now. I'll pin it. And be ready to go. Okay, there we go. This is all for my benefit, because I've had YouTube and I've been using it for probably 6 years, and I'm just slowly beginning to understand what it is and how it works. Anyway, hold on. Let's frame that. Oopsie. Take your Dramamine. Pardon the shaky cam. Okay, there we go. Without further ado, let's just go. So I put concrete into these rubber molds yesterday, and ta-da, not bad. Very fragile, but good. I've been casting a lot of sculptures because in January I don't go to too many outdoor farmers markets, because unless it's a really nice day, there aren't too many customers, and it's just freezing cold to stand there. So I spend January just making as much stuff as I can for the new year. And then around Valentine's Day, I start going to the markets. That said, here in Portland, Oregon, it's been a pretty mild winter, and I might get out there next week or the week after next in Vancouver, Washington, to the Vancouver Farmers Market, just to start selling, because it's fun. If people are out, we'll see. Okay, let's do some more of this. Somebody ordered one of my eggplant sculptures on Etsy, so I cast this yesterday. Let's see how it turned out. Oh, great cuff tips. Good, very good. Ooh, I like it. For the last 3 straight days, I've been talking about how happy I am with the way my casts are turning out just in the last few weeks, and I've just finally come close to perfecting my technique of how to work with the wet concrete to eliminate bubbles and flaws and problems like that. It's all about painting the wet concrete onto the interior surface of the mold without bubbles and flaws. And making it thin but strong. Yep, it's looking good. There's another bubble hole, but it's no big deal. Very fixable. If you like these faces, these expressions, check out my uploaded videos. I just started something new last night. I figured out how to upload it, how to take a video of me working on the clay sculpture, just showing my hands working on the clay, and then speeding it up so you see the sort of the face emerging out of a blob of clay, and then I kind of play around with the emotions and make it sad and make it happy and make it smiling, try to make it a subtle indication of mood or something like that, all on the changing sculpture, and it happens in just a matter of seconds or minutes because I speed up the video. I've always wanted to make videos like that, but I just never had the time, didn't get around to it until just now. So I think I have 2 of those uploaded, and I'm going to do one every day. And I haven't actually sculpted like that consistently in a long time. So I'm kind of like Rocky after he drinks the 5 eggs and goes out for his first jog in Philadelphia. And he's all out of shape and you can hardly make it 3 blocks without walking. So it only gets better from here. I'm going to do it every single day, and I think I'll be like a pianist when they don't practice for a couple of years and then they start practicing to get ready for a concert, and their skills just sort of come back to their fingertips. I hope, and I think that's going to happen with me over the next couple of weeks in these daily uploaded videos. So just go to my channel and check it out. You can just go to YouTube and Google ClayBraven as shown in the pinned message for this video, and hopefully the technique will be interesting enough to watch. I looked for free music, and it was all just kind of sloppy AI music. The only good music I could find was, I couldn't find any good free music. I found this website called LibriVox, which has public domain narrations of public domain books, which include a lot of wonderful literature. And some of the narrators are very good. They're amateur volunteers, and it's all public domain. So I've got a translation board that you can hear being read in the background while I'm sculpting this video. I think it works, but we'll see. So far I have like 2 views, so we'll see how that goes. I'm just going to do it, even if I only have 1 view. Oh, this is interesting. Look what I did. Oh, I hate this. See the sculpture? It's supposed to be a wall hanging with a wire in the back so you can hang it on a hook or a nail. I put the wire in the bottom. Isn't that nice? It's fixable. It's just I gotta clip this wire and do some grinding and drill holes and glue a new wire into the top. So it's all right. It's just more work. It's not a bad sculpture though. Take a look. It's interesting expressions, I think. So this is one of those ambiguous cases where it's almost as easy to just cast a new one and throw this away, or put it out in front of my house on the free pile. than it is to fix it. But we'll see. I'll decide based on a whim later. Very good. This one's for a customer, so I have to be very careful. An Etsy customer. Somebody ordered it on Etsy. Nice. These two, I only cast them as an afterthought because I just had a little bit of concrete left over, so I tossed it into the molds. But they'll both be good sculptures. And this one will eventually sell for $68, and this one for $58 probably, maybe $68. We'll see. So I'm happy with that. It's worth it. This is the same sculpture as this one, and the reason I cast two of them is when it's for an Etsy customer, especially when we bargained a little bit, and I want to make sure, and I bargained them up a little bit. I want to make absolutely sure they're satisfied when it arrives. So I usually make two of them and then send the best one and keep the best one to sell at my farm. Keep the second best one, or the one that's it's not bad, but it doesn't match the thumbnail that I sold on Etsy quite as exactly as the other one. I'll keep that one for sale at my farmer's market because it's the ultimate sort of what you see is what you get. People actually see it, like it, pick it up, and say, I want this. And so I'm much more confident then, no matter what the sculpture is, than I am making something to order to match a photo that I showed to a customer online, if you know what I mean. I've got a good feeling about this one. The concrete was in a beautiful state of fluidity, but good wet adhesion, and I was able to manipulate it easily and make it nice and thin and strong, and there it is, just almost flawless surface. I love that one. All the problems are tiny ones. So that's a good one. I like it. Okay. have been working on this sculpture in this mold here for a couple of days now, and it's this sculpture. I've cast both halves, and then today what I need to do is to pour a little bit of fluid concrete inside and just slosh it around to kind of strengthen it and glue the two end sides of the sculpture together and decrease any gaps that form along this inner seam that goes, this front to back seam that goes all along the side of the sculpture. You can see it here. I'm going to try to minimize that. So by pouring concrete in and letting it flow through any gaps and just fill in. So that's what I'll do right now. So I'm going to turn this up. I think I'll switch to a vertical camera here. Hello. How do I, hold on. I'm switching to vertical. Maybe I'm not, I don't know. Well, if I want to switch to vertical, I have to turn the whole camera off, so I'm not going to do that. I'll just put it back. I'll just try to show you what I'm doing. Let's just mix up concrete and do it. This is the kind of concrete I use, by the way. You can see that it's rapid set, multi-purpose repair material. It's basically a grout, a high-grade grout. I usually use this. Sometimes I use cheaper masonry mortar, which is good too. But it takes longer to, the cheaper it is, the longer it takes to solidify. Tools. I'm really basically just going to dump it in and slosh it around. So that's nice. I'm pouring water into the concrete below the camera. It's going to be a fairly fluid mix. That's a little too soupy. I need more concrete in there, more powder. Okay, here goes. This whole thing could topple over. It's kind of off balance, but it just fits in the bucket so well. I'm gonna just grave it. We'll see what happens. We could have a catastrophe here, but pretty close. Now before it slips, you gotta agitate it. Okay. Gotta agitate it to keep it fluid. See? If it sits still, it gels up. Keep it flowing. Okay. I don't want to let it all settle in the top of the sculpture though, because the less top heavy it is, the better. I want it to be bottom heavy. Okay. Look at that, it's flowing really nicely. Good. I think we have a really good interior seam here. Now let's just go like this. Get it stuck around the insides of the sculpture just to strengthen it. It's already, this particular cast is already pretty strong, so I'm not too worried about that. Now let's dump out some excess. This is a workout. Yeah, baby. Whew. Okay. Very good. Okay, not too much excess. Now, all I have to do is set this aside for maybe 4 or 5 hours, and I can actually take this out of the mold today. If it's strong enough and I'm brave enough, we'll see. For now, I'm just going to set it on a flat surface. Then the next step will be just filling in the base and smoothing off the seam. Got a little bit of concrete left over. Seems a shame to waste it, so, well, let's just do what I always do. make refrigerator magnets. I think I'll make a refrigerator magnet from this mold, kind of like this. And you stick 2 or 3 magnets on the back and it makes a cool, kind of a big refrigerator magnet. It's a funny face, it's kind of cool. Very chill. He looks malevolent like that, but he's also kind of chill, kind of happy. Simple as that. Now just set it aside. All right. I'm gonna wash my tools. I'm gonna be back in a second. These guys will entertain you until I get back. 90 seconds. Okay, that's all I'm going to do for now because my fingers are frozen. I can't feel my fingertips again. So I'm going to turn off the video for now and watch my uploads. I'm doing actual sculpting at night. So every day I'm going to do a new sculpture and maybe cover a new chapter of War and Peace. You'll know what I mean if you watch the videos. Okay, thanks.